Darren, disappointing result. What was your assessment of the performance?
Well, the better team than us today. We're nowhere near them today. And you have to give them credit for that. That's why they're top of the league, and that's why they're probably going to win the league. We made it easy for them. It was probably one of the more comfortable days they've had. So that's a huge disappointment, because we came here expecting to give them a game, and on our top form we would have, but we were nowhere near that today.
Because you gave yourself a foundation, having weathered a bit of a storm, didn't you? But conceding so early in the second half, big setback.
Yeah, I felt the first half they were probably more in possession, but I think Bobby had one good save. They had one or two opportunities where it just didn't fall for them. But I think the key to the game is, and it always will be for us, if you keep giving the ball back to the opposition, you're not going to win. You're not going to win.
Was that another one of those days as well, when you got yourselves into some decent positions, but the final ball wasn't quite there again?
No, it was a performance wasn't good enough to win at Wolves. That's the bottom line. Great trust in my players, and I think I have to look at the team I picked was the same team as Wednesday, and I'll take responsibility for that, because obviously I've got to pick a team, but I'll take responsibility for the fact that we couldn't get near them, and they won't take it, the players, so I may as well take it for them. So there we go. Perhaps I should have changed it, because the season tells me also that we haven't got the consistency to do 2, 3, 4 games, so I'll have to look at that. Perhaps it's a case of continually changing my team to the end of the season.
In hindsight, what do you feel you could have done differently in your selection, Darren?
I think I could have made changes, and I didn't. I trusted him that after to be honest, Wednesday was an excellent performance. And like I say, I've got broad enough shoulders to take that responsibility, but we didn't help ourselves. Our ball retention and what we worked on, we didn't quite do. So we have to stay positive and go to Tuesday. Now it's a huge game. I've just seen the results, and we went on Tuesday with 6 points ahead, and if we get that 6 points ahead, that's probably the biggest gap we've had for a while.
It's a huge week, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
With a couple of home games coming up, you're 3 points ahead of Milton Keynes, to keep flirting with the playoffs, but it's in your own hands. Big opportunity.
Big opportunity, one we can't waste. And 6 points ahead with 5 games to go, it'll be or something. Gives us a great opportunity. So Tuesday's a big game for us now.
You made some quick changes, didn't you, today? Swanson came off at half time, and then Payne withdrawn. Injuries in the squad, or
no,
selection?
Just I think to freshen it up really, and we changed formations a couple of times to try and help them, but it didn't really work because again we couldn't keep the ball. But you have to give credit to Wolves. They're a good team, and they're a championship team. I think we've got a manager who knows the league well. But I was disappointed in the fact that we didn't give them more of a game, because I felt it was far too comfortable for them.
Yeah, it's all about the response now, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It has been all season, because we've had the inconsistencies, and I have to say I felt for our supporters today, because we didn't give them much to shout about, and they travel a long way, and we've had a lot of games. So I did feel for them, because they didn't have much to shout about today.
Plenty of options to choose from, and it sounds like you'll have a look at those options ahead of Gillingham.
Yeah, I've got a lot of options. In certain areas I've got a lot of options, in certain areas I haven't. So I'll have a good look at that, and we'll go into the game in a very positive frame of mind. And the facts are there, and the stats are there. It shows us that if we win the game, we're 6 points ahead, with another home game on a Saturday. So I knew the last bit with the home games were going to be really important.
Young Isgrove couldn't really make much of an impact today, but is he banging on the door a bit for a start?
Yeah, perhaps. And he couldn't get a hold of the possession really. I was disappointed, I have to say. He wasn't the only one, but that was just the way the game went today.